Oh no.
It's a cultural divide. I'ma get it on the floor.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
They get on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding.
Welcome back to another episode of Culture Collabs, where our mission is to help inspire today's youth and tomorrow's future. I'm your host, Jeremy Campbell. Behind the camera is one of my co-hosts, Nicholas O'Donnell. And today, we are here in the heart of Pottstown, Pennsylvania, a place that will forever be a spot close to my heart for the simple fact that both my kids were born and raised here. They both started school here in Pottstown. They both played their first sports here in Pottstown. It is a great town with a lot of great people. It is the home for a lot of locally owned businesses, from fan favorites like Gazzo's Steaks to one of my personal favorites, Player's Choice video games, and even hidden gems like Brunish's. Pottstown has a little something for everyone. Today, we are here at the legendary Hill School. Founded in 1851, the Hill School has been home for thousands of teachers and students across the world. It really is an extraordinary institution and has a long bloodline of success. Many recognizable names have came through this campus's hallways, such as Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf, former Secretary of State James Baker III, and a more recent Donald Trump Jr. But we're not here to talk about politics today. Today, we're here to talk about something else. Today, we're here to talk about how together, united as a community, we can create a safe culture for our youth to learn and thrive in. Today, we will be sitting down with someone I personally think very highly of, who was a former professional athlete and now coaches young kids from around the world right here at the Hill.
Push, go! Sprint. Knees out. 1, 2, faster. 3, 4, 5, 6.
So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce to you our special guest, Jason Williams. Now, Jay, before we start, I'd like to give our viewers a little history on how you and I met. I've run and owned a sports youth company called Fast Feet since 2020. It was our first winter football camp, and I had just finished laying down some hurdles, and boom, 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 comes Jay, toe tapping his way through. As he ran by, I waved and laughed, and he simply yelled over, "I love what you guys are doing with the kids, keep grinding." These are words I'd never forget. A few days later, he was there again, this time with a basketball client, and I knew I needed to pick this guy's brain. So I waited for him to finish, and I'm so glad I did. He has an extremely rare kind of energy, and he has helped inspire me personally as a coach, and his love and passion for the game is evident. That's why I believe he's had so much success, not only as an athlete, but also as a coach today.
All right, everybody take a 10-minute break. We're going 40 yards after this. I warm y'all up.
I'm on my way to an island and I'm probably at the pilot.
Jay, I know a lot of your backstory as an athlete and some of the incredible achievements you've achieved, but some of our viewers might not. Will you give our viewers a little backstory on your athletic career and how you think it has influenced what you do today with our youth?
I come from a background where not many people get a chance to do this type of stuff. And I always felt I could inspire the youth, but I didn't know how to do it. So one day I was at a park and there was a random kid and a dad walked up to me and he goes, "Hey, I recognize you. If I paid you, could you help my son get better and faster at sports?" It literally happened like that. So I go, "Yeah, I probably know a lot of stuff. I could probably help him out." I made him good. He told like 3 people. They told more people. They told more people. So then I said, "Oh, let me take this seriously." so then I started training and figuring out my own style, how to keep the energy up, see what other kids and coaches are doing, what I can do differently, stuff like that. So I started really grinding and started working with kids, and then all of a sudden I became like a figure that like most of the kids wanted to be around all the time. And the parents are like, "I've never had any coach that he wants to see every week, but he wants to see you." I had one kid, he couldn't see you because he was going on vacation, and he was crying. I had to call him, I let him know, yeah, it'll be fine. I'll see you next week, buddy. So yeah, it's been a great opportunity to help kids And I do not take that lightly at all. I try to be a figure outside of here too. I try to live by the model code. I have 2 boys myself with me. So I try to be a model, man. It's really a fun thing. I have so much fun doing it.
Over your years of coaching, you've worked with some incredible talents from around the world. This next question is from a young fan and student of yours. He's a 10-year-old boy from right here in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, who wants to play baseball and basketball, and his dreams are to be in the MLB one day.
Nice.
He would like to ask you, if you could go back to your 10-year-old self and give yourself one piece of advice, what would that be and why?
I would understand that the older people are trying to help you. And when they give you some knowledge, really hold on to it, because it'll really help you out later. So that's a big key, because there's a lot of people that told me some things. I'm like, I ain't trying to hear none of that right now. But no, really try to focus it and understand where they're coming from, because they've been there and they're trying to give you a head up of everything. So that would be the major thing. Just listen to the people that are trying to influence you. And once you locate somebody that you really think can influence you, really listen to them and pick their brain, because they're going to help you out later.
You had 150 colleges trying to have you sign the dotted line. Why UConn? What was it about UConn that made you decide to call it home for your collegiate career?
Nice. So I'll give you the real background. I'm glad you asked that. So originally I committed to Florida State. That's where I originally was going. So back in my day, they had the SATs, and they really meant something. So if you didn't pass the SAT, you couldn't go to college back then. Nowadays, you can go around it. You don't need SAT score as long as your GPA is high, all that stuff. But back in my day, you needed an 840, I think it was an 840 SAT score, and I didn't make that. So I kept taking the SAT over and over and over and over again, and I just wasn't passing it. So UConn was a school that was always reaching out. Quick story. So this is no one ever even knew this. So
Appreciate it, sharing it.
My junior year of high school, UConn calls me. It's Coach Todd Orlando. He's a defensive coordinator at UConn, went on to be a defensive coordinator at USC, Texas, all this stuff. He calls me, and at this point, I'm really high up. I'm like a 4-star. I'm like the #1 recruit in the country as far as like athletes and all that. So when UConn called me, I literally told him, and don't ever do this. Don't ever do this.
Pay
kids.
attention.
Yeah, pay attention. Don't ever do this. But he calls me, and I go, Coach, I'm going to stop you right there. Please don't call me anymore. You have no chance to get me. That's what I told a college coach when I was in high school, my junior year. So, fast forward, I kept failing the SATs. Todd Orlando kept on reaching out every week, calling me, wondering what's going on, keeping up with me, asking me about SATs prep, asking me about this, asking me about that. So then I go, UConn's all over the place, but they're still right there. Like, they're staying with me. Everyone else is pulling it. Boston College, we don't have a scholarship. Penn State takes their scholarship. Pitt takes their scholarship. Everyone starts pulling their scholarship because they don't think I'm going to pass the test. So one day I just got the courage. I go, Coach Orlando, you're in the top 5 now. Just because you're being like real with me, you're staying there. Soon as I told him that, the next day they both flew to my house, 10 hours away. They flew to my house, met with my grandmother, sat down, ate dinner with me and my grandmother, my whole family. They went to my sister's high school game with me. They took me out to dinner the next day. I went to a visit the next day. You know what I mean?
They were showing you.
Yeah, they were showing the love. They were showing the love that no one else was doing. Plus, they were making sure that I can have a chance even if I don't pass this test.
Right.
So they were just always there. So my grandmother and I was like, listen, you're going to UConn. So I took a visit, went up there, did a visit. Nobody was on campus or anything. Met all the coaches. They had players and stuff that came up specially for me. At the end of the meeting, you have an exit meeting where you meet the coach and you tell him like how the visit went, all that stuff like that. Had my exit meeting, Coach Etzel, Randy Etzel. He goes, how was the visit? I go, perfect. He goes, yeah, where are we at? I said, you got me. He said, excuse me, come again? he said, come again? I said, Coach, I'm coming to UConn. It's everything's stacking up. Like, I should be here. Like, everything's just working perfect. He goes, hold on. So he calls all the rest of the coaches in. They come in, tackled me, grabbed me up, stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Flew back to Pittsburgh, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, flew back to Pittsburgh, and there was a big write-up. He commits to UConn out of nowhere, so that's how I ended up at UConn, man. And it turned out to be the greatest experience ever. So I didn't even know anything about it. When I got there, it was so great. To this day, I bleed blue, so that's how it is.
Let me read you something.
Yep.
I really enjoyed the aspect of developing kids. That's what we did. We developed kids, we made them better people, better students, and better athletes. This is what former head coach Randy Edsall said in a previous interview when talking about his coaching career.
See?
Now, Jay, you had the chance to play under head coach Randy Edsall while at UConn. And from the sound of it, he was really a mentor for you. What is the most valuable thing Coach Edsall taught you, and how would you say that advice has helped shape you into the coach you are today?
So Coach Edsall and I are still really good friends. We still call. He'll hit me up on my birthday, text me, happy birthday, Jay, all
awesome.
that stuff. So
Bigger than football.
Bigger than football. So Coach Edsall was one of them guys that you would do anything for. If he say, go run through that brick wall, you'll say, it must be the right thing. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where like the coach he just makes you feel so comfortable as a person, not just as a football player. If there was any kind of issues or anything, or we're having fun, I had like girl issues where I was like, a couple girls I was dating and stuff like that. I would go talk to Randy Edsall about this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm telling you, he was one of them guys where you could just talk to him about anything. He's gonna help you, and he'll figure out how you could really figure this out. So he was really one of the key mentors. Him and Coach Vinny Marino. Those are the two guys that really like impacted my life, because I'm from the ghetto. I'm from Pottstown, Pennsylvania. I didn't know anything. I knew about anything. They like taught me about life. They taught me about life, and then they taught me about football and how it incorporates into life. So I really learned everything that I know from Edsall and UConn and Coach Marino, man. I honestly, truly believe that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I'm going to piggyback off of what you just said there, in the sense that I believe that to be the person you are. The exact person you just said Randy Edsall was, how he connected with his students, bigger than football, bigger than that. That's exactly how you are with young athletes. It doesn't matter if they're 7-year-old all the way up to college D1 commits. You worked with them all.
Yep.
That's how you truly care about the kid in front of you.
And I appreciate that. I do really feel that. As you were reading that, I was like thinking that that's me. That's literally how I handle stuff. So yeah, that's a great assessment, because that's exactly what I want to be, and I hope that I was doing that, and I appreciate you saying that.
Well, I think he would probably agree you're doing a great job.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're a dad, as am I.
Yep.
What is one thing fatherhood has taught you that helps you when working with the youth?
So patience, big time patience. That's the major thing that I carry with my sports. So like, if a kid's not getting something, I'll always be able to just take a breath and like let them know that eventually we're gonna get it. Just have some patience and just keep grinding. You'll hear me say, keep cooking. That's my thing. Let's keep cooking. Let's just keep cooking. Eventually you'll find it. You'll make the right meal, and you'll love it, and you'll eat it, and you'll be like, that is good. So we just keep cooking. Like, just have patience, man. Patience is one of the major things I think a lot of the people are like lacking. Like, people want stuff right now.
Yep.
If I have a D1 guy that has the athleticism, he wants a D1 offer now, but he's only a sophomore. And then like, I'm like, just be patient.
Yeah.
And now
Trust
like
the
one of my tight ends, he has like 6 offers now. But last year, it was, I don't understand. What am I doing wrong? I'm like, you're not doing anything wrong. Just be patient. You'll get the offer. Now he has 6 offers, and he's a junior. So just patience. Patience is the major one that I learned from fatherhood and stuff like that. Being patient and just being able to like get in the mind of a kid too. Like understanding like how they think and how I think, and try to find that middle ground. So
Yeah.
That's what I would take fatherhood into my training.
That's awesome.
Just patience, major thing.
Okay, we're getting to the end here. This is a fun part I like to do for the kids. We call it rapid fire to inspire. We're gonna ask you 6 rapid fire style questions.
Okay.
To close this out. Just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm always ready.
What's Jay's favorite candy?
Gummies.
Favorite sport?
Basketball.
Madden or 2K?
Madden.
Cheesesteak or cheeseburger?
Ooh.
Those staples.
I'm going cheesesteak.
Gatorade or Prime?
Gatorade.
This one is for the culture. Drake or Kendrick?
Oh, Kendrick.
Always, as part of our closing segment, we like to offer our guests a chance to plug our viewers in to any businesses that they're trying to promote or brand. So Jay, tell the people what services you provide and how they can find you.
All right, so I'm Coach Jay. So anything with Coach Jay, J-A-Y, CoachJElite.com. That's my website. I do everything. You can find everything off that. On my Twitter is pretty big, so I'm Coach J Yukon on Twitter. So CoachJElite.com is where you can find me everywhere if you want any kind of training, sports. I do recruiting. I help kids land offers around the country. If you want to just talk, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm trying to be the real as I can. So yeah, CoachJElite.com.
Before we sign off here, we have a gift from us as a token of appreciation for everything you've done to help inspire not only myself, but more importantly, my son. Before you open it, I'd like to shake your hand, and I'd like to say thank you for everything you've done and continue to do for the youth.
Appreciate it.
I'm your host, Jeremy Campbell. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and follow, and we'll see you next week on another episode of Culture Collab.
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
They get on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like